Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you have 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught! Touchdown!
Timeout, SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore!
Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Oh. Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. As always, we will recap yesterday first. 4-3-1 here on the show. But full transparency, I did add De'Aaron Fox under in my Discord in that loss. So 4-4 in the NBA overall yesterday. Drummond double cash. Khalil Ware double cashed. Bam PRA's under missed. I believe he finished with 32. We played under 29.5. Quentin Grimes over 2.5, 3 missed, and I'm really sick there. 2 for 8 from Grimes, volume that I wanted, but we missed with that one. Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 cashed. Wendell Carter under 8.5 was a void. He did not play. DeAndre Ayton 15 plus. Most books will give you this back, but I still will grade this as a loss. A lot of books did the early exit. Now, FanDuel still would be a loss because it was second half. I actually bet this on DraftKings and got my bet back, but I'm still grading that as a loss. Jaylen Brown over 26.5 points cashed as well. So, and then as I said, I added De'Aaron Fox. So Drummond, Ware, Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown all cashed. Bam, Grimes, Ayton, and then the late add De'Aaron Fox were all they all missed. Yeah, actually, the PC is what I almost always use it on. I do use the app for some things, but while we're on stream today, this is what I always use, Props.Cash. Nothing official for me out. Looked through the board. I've been making some adjustments to my website, some improvements, I would say. So keep an eye out for that. I'm looking to bring it fully to market very soon as well. Let me give my shout outs, man. A lot of people tapped in very early. A lot of likes, a lot of retweets already. I appreciate y'all. Mom Who Bets, Brett, Night Fox, Justin Made, Ross, calling the shots, Choi. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. And hopefully I'm saying all of your names correctly. No disrespect if I butcher a name there. All right, let's get into today's game. We have a huge slate today and then a small slate tomorrow. Very small slate, 3 games. I still will be going live, but just keep in mind tomorrow's show will be short and sweet. I think we have a very slow Tuesday and a fairly slow Thursday this week. First game we're going to start with is Detroit versus Indy. I'm probably playing Benedict Mathurin overs. This game is a 10.5 spread. Detroit is the dog. Mathurin went over in this game. Well, they played once earlier this season, at least once, and Mathurin did go over in that game. The total in this game is 235.5. You got the same wedding ring. I've got a legit one. I've got a nice one, but I feel like a lot of guys are now wearing these cheaper, easier, lighter ones. We'll go player by player, but I do know that I'm looking at Benedict Mathurin specifically in this one. I'm also missing a player in my starting lineup for the Nets. Hopefully it's just that game. It is. I'm not sure what the issue is there. We'll look at fixing that later. Let me get this out so I can get a better look because Stewie's not in my starting lineup. Let's go look at some Stewie stuff. Also, let's talk about the injury report. LeVert game time decision. Ivy game time decision. I think he's only played 1 or 2 games. Let me go full screen for a second here while I log in. Aaron, appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweets. Jaybird, appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweets. Let me log in here, and then we're going to go through Isaiah Stewart stuff. One second here. I got to get signed in. Makes me sign in once every couple of days. All right. Now we're back to full screen Props.Cash. Detroit, Indy. We were looking at Isaiah Stewart. Okay, we've got Halliburton out for season. LeVert day-to-day. Ivy day-to-day. I think we are still waiting on some injury news. I think they were yet to submit the last that I checked. They being Detroit. Let me go check that real quick. Got it. NBA. Hawkins is out. Mitch Robinson was downgraded to questionable. Brandon Williams was seen participating through shoot-around. Detroit, we do have the injury report. We've got Ivy and LeVert both probable. Good to know. Good to know. And then I wanted to come to here. Keep in mind we haven't, got the full experience of this team together much this season. This is only going to be the second game where they're fairly healthy. I have Stewie at about 10 points and about a 3 made, so I do like the 1+ at -135. In the previous game versus Indy, he had 5 attempts, and I'm going to assume Duran was in that game. I don't remember him missing it. Yeah, Duran played in that game. It was in just 20 minutes. Not mad at Stewie to hit 1-3. Let me go here. Oh, I don't have it built in. I don't feel like rerunning it. Definitely think I see value in the Stewie over his threes. And then the points I'm at 10.5, so I would lean over there as well. I've played this a lot this season and fucking raked on it. Knock on wood. I think I've cashed this every time I've played it. Oh, wow. I can remember. Y'all remember when we played this at like 16.5 and it closed 13.5? That was actually the Detroit game, I want to say. It might not have been. It might have been the Charlotte game or Denver game because I remember I think it fell exactly 13. Hero over 1.5 threes made. I'll look at it, but I will tell you, I know you're tapped in regularly. I'm not one to generally attack players their first game back. And I'm not saying there's not value there. It's just not something I'm generally doing. That being said, Model likes Jarris Walker PRs under. Jarris. He's also not starting. I make it 11.78 on the PRs, 11.78. No, this line's not high enough for me to attack the under, John, but I do lean that way. I'm just looking to get a better. I would want to be at worst 14.5 there, and then at 15.5, it's an auto bet. I think Jalen Duran offers an interesting possibility in this one. 31 points, 15 boards in the last matchup. They don't really have a center to defend him. Your biggest fear in this game would be foul trouble. You're going to pay probably in the -2s, -3. -300 is the best price. So I'll give you my projections for Jalen Duran. I'm way over on his points. And then boards I only come in at only come in at about 10.5. I do love his points over, and he did absolutely smash this spot last time these two teams played. Let me go dig into this a little farther. Looks like this line's even going down a hair. I've got Props.Cash just moved 18.5, 128. Not sure the liquidity. It could be somebody just trying to hold that line, but it looks like recent movements are down. I'm going to stay off of Jalen Duran's over for now, but I do lean over. I do absolutely lean over. Let's go talk about Cade a little bit. Cade Cunningham points. I'm at 29. 7 boards, 10 assists. Lean over PRA everything. I know there's blowout potential here. Over in 4 of the 5 blowouts they've had, or is that 5 of the 6? Yeah, 4 of the 5. Appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet, bro. Guru, appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweet. Cade, Harris, and Thompson were good out. Good looks, Night Fox. Good looks, Night Fox. Just to be fair, Brody, I was looking at RA, not PRA. For Walker, oh, yeah, I did say PRs for Walker. I'll double back when I get there. I'll double back to Walker when I get there. They were pretty short-handed the last time they met, but I still think it's a good matchup for Cade. Let me look. I'm looking into this. I'm going to my model real quick. You can follow along if you're in the core. Give me one sleeper play, Pops. I have a free square. Give me one. Oh, one play on sleeper. I got you. It's probably going to be Benedict Mathurin low-key, but let me keep looking through here. Yeah, I love this spot for Cade as well. I like Cade's over, and I like Mathurin's over. So this is why I'm going to stay off of Cade, though. We've got Ivy back. He did have 29 in that last game. How many minutes did Ivy run last game? It's not that I think Cade loses any minutes, just a little bit of ball handling responsibility. And I don't think it's going to hugely impact his points. I do still think the way he's been playing, he'll be like a 25 a game scorer, but I don't know if I like 27. Yeah. 24.5. I'm probably running this. I think my model's a little it's hard in situations like this where I'm not sure what Ivy's minutes are going to be. I'm not sure if it's going to affect his usage percentage much. I mean, he's at a pretty crazy usage right now. I don't think it's not fair to assume that he might dip under 30. Now, do I think he's below 25? No. 28, 29, absolutely. Yo, good morning, Miss Herway. Appreciate you tapping in. Let's have a good one. Good call yesterday on that Ware double plus money for the gang. I appreciate that. That was that really helped yesterday, not gonna lie. That plus money read really helped yesterday, not gonna lie. All right, I'm moving on from Cade's points. Rebounds 5.5. See, I'm over here as well. Still some blowout risk. I'll acknowledge that. 10, I've said this a few times this year. 10 doesn't like push me off of something. It's once we start getting into 12s and 13s, that's where I start to not want to play it. We do have 4.5s super juiced. I see a 150 at DK. We do have 5.5 plus money as well. I would almost be willing to run the over 4.5, 150 as a straight. What are they in rebounds allowed? We can go here to defensive analysis, 30 in defensive. What did Cade get in the last matchup? I know they were depleted. He only had 5. I would want to be at the 5. I would want to be at the 4.5 minus 150 and be willing to lay it straight. I'm working on, I don't have it quite finished yet. I thought I was going to have it finished by today. I'm working on a feature in my site that will be able to tell us what the difference in EV is from playing. Well, actually, I can probably do it right now because there's straight lines. Let me see this. We're talking about Cade Cunningham. We're talking about rebounds. Okay, so I have 4.5 minus 160. DraftKings has moved because the last time I ran my model, they were 4.5 plus money. I'm still showing quite the edge at 4.5 minus 160. So the 150 would be good. Let's go look at the assists and make sure we don't want to run an RA. Cade's assists, I come in at a very small edge, 10, almost exactly 10. The line's 10.5 juice to the over. I'm sorry, 9.5 juice to the over. Double price, probably crazy. I don't think that's super unfair because he could sneak in 10 boards. He's only done that once this season, and it was Washington. But we're talking about the team allowing the most rebounds per game. I feel like 1,100's kind of 1,350. I know he's only done it once. See, this is where I get myself in trouble. But I do kind of like Cade to get a triple-double tonight. Baby Philly, I don't know, bro. It's either going to be – I might go points or I might go PRAs, to be honest with you. I don't think there's a wrong answer. He had 25 in the last matchup, points, and I think 39 PRAs, I think. I'm gonna stay off of Cade right now. But I do lean over basically everything, points the most. And I'm not mad at a triple-double sprinkle. Honestly, the double-double 130 I think has value too because he could pop off 10 boards in this matchup. All right, I'm going to move on for now. Cade is I'm going to make sure I do a good job of this today. We're going to come back and go through all the leans at the end of stream. Cade PRA over is what I'm putting. Cade PRA over. Cade PRA over. I'm not going to run it yet, but we're going to come back and look at the end of stream. I do like Durant. If it were 18.5, I would lean to the over. 19.5, I'm a little skeptical. Pascal, let's talk about it. 29 in the last matchup. This was Benedict Matherin's first game back, too. How does he match up? I don't know. It's not bad. It's not a bad matchup for him. Matherin's back. Let's go see what the market's priced everything at. If you haven't already, man, drop a like, drop a retweet. Appreciate all of you that have already. I do need to get you guys a season year-to-date update. We are still sitting right around 21 on the season. Okay, so this line is going 22.5. We do have FanDuel and Rivers 22.5. A lot of other books are at 23.5. If you play this, you got to get the 22.5, in my opinion. I make it 25.2. So yeah, if you play it, you want to get that. You want to get that 22.5. Slight rebounds over edge. I do like him to hit 2 threes tonight as well. He had 3 in the last matchup on 8 attempts. Is Pascal Siakam's threes sneaky here? Minus 127 at DK. Is Pascal Siakam's threes kind of sneaky here? He had 8 attempts in the last matchup versus Detroit. That was right here. Have they played once or twice this season? Just once. 6 versus Cleveland, 8 versus Charlotte, 10 versus Toronto. He's like a small forward, power forward mix because you got Scotty there. I think I got to run this. So I make his threes 2.46, just under 2.5. Scotty's threes, it's disgusting, but I got to run it. Going to show about a 16% edge, maybe 17%. I have to run my shit again. Ms. Herway, appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate you for tapping in. Also liking Nemhard's RAs. 1 second here. We might have underdog news. Big Matthew, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Props.Cash, obviously. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. George Ortiz, appreciate you tapping in, dog. Turk, no, you've been tapped in. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Okay, no, that's NFL underdog. We're not concerned with that just yet. I think I'm running this as my first official play today. Pascal Siakam over 1.5 3-pointers made, minus 127 at DK. Yeah, I like his recent volume. I'm showing a model edge, so I don't need to write it down. I need to go bet it. Running this right now, Pascal over minus 127. It's 129 at Rivers, 130 at Fanatics. So there's multiple places you can get it. Also, if I post a play and it's just get to it in chat, feel free to get to it when you get to it. YouTube can be slow posting messages. Okay, got you. I have noticed that the YouTube messages seem like they are a little bit behind. NBA, I got to get this bet myself, and then I'm going to get it out. Threes. Okay, 2+ and over. They're both the same price. Just sometimes they be fucking that up. So they're both the same price. Got it. Let me get that out. Projection there is 2.46. Edge there is about 13%. Rounding there a little bit, but that'll be all right. Okay, Pascal Siakam. Oh, shit, let me get that in the banner. That is the first play for today. Pascal Siakam over 1.5 3-pointers made. Okay, moving on. Pascal Siakam. Tobias Harris is back in the lineup. This will be his second game back. He's been diamond. To get 2, only 23 minutes in the last game. What was the score in the last game? They won that one by 13. First game back, only 23 minutes. Probably see that come up a little bit. Assist line feels criminally low. I make it 3.85. I understand there could be some reduced minutes, but I still think I've got to run this one at plus money. Not a lot of books open, so I might wait. If there's only like 2 books open, I'll wait. Okay. I'm putting this down on the lean sheet. I mean, I'm only seeing Fanatics and MGM open right now, so I'll wait till this is more widely available. But I will be running a Tobias Harris over 1.5 assists. Let me just check FanDuel, but I'm not seeing it on my odds screen. So let me just give FanDuel a check real quick. Duncan Robinson points, Benedict Matherin's threes. We're probably gonna be on everything Benedict Matherin, at least something. So we'll get to Benny. I just want to make sure that this Tobias Harris 2+ assist line isn't available in my odds screens, not just slow. Player assists 2+. Okay, no, I don't see him. No. All right, we're waiting for a Tobias Harris line to come up. But until then, we're just going to move on. Jarris Walker, the request was RAs. I was looking at PRs. Under in 3 straight, 4 of the last 5, 6 of the last 7. RAs, 6.5 is the line. What do I make it? I got to go down here to see that. Jarris Walker, RAs, 4.95. We can play an under 6.5. Give me a second. Maybe. Very similar story, John. I see one book open, so possibly, but we're going to have to come back to it and see where the market opens up. They're not on a back-to-back. I was going to say, I'm not sure why these lines are so slow this morning, because Detroit's got 2 probables. Indy, whoever's out's out. So, yeah, we should start getting lines in this game. I'm not sure what the issue is. Duncan Robinson points. Man, it looks green, but the rotations are new. What did he do in the last matchup? He had 13, but he played 34 minutes. I don't think he plays 34. What did he play last game? 28. That's probably closer to his fair. What are his threes at? Super plus money on this 2.5 line. Fourth and 3-pointers made. If you remember early in the season, they kind of struggled, which could be variance early season. And I said, that's very different than last year with the same coaching staff. I don't think it'll stick, and it hasn't. What were his attempts, though? 11. Lord have mercy. We get 8 tonight, and I love this. And if you've been tapped in, I'm a Duncan Robinson hater. Just because I'm such a Malik Beasley fan and people were trying to tell me he was going to replace Malik. His season high right now was a normal day for Malik Beasley last year. Off the bench, second most threes in the league. Anthony Edwards had to hit 7 or 8 the last game to take it over. I like his points. I like his threes. My issue is I like everything, and I know volume's going to go down. Out of curiosity, his usage last game plummeted. Now, listen, he is a good catch-and-shoot player. He doesn't need volume. He doesn't need a high usage percentage to produce volume. In fact, when I drop his usage, I'm still way over. I had him at a 16% usage, which I think is just due to what the usage was in the previous 4. Season average is 14. I just put him in at 10, and I'm still well over. Minutes would be my only concern, man, but I think Duncan's cashing 3 threes tonight. Plus 120 at FanDuel and Rivers. Best 2 numbers I see. Okay, this is what we'll do. I'm going to put Duncan 3/points down as a lean, and we'll come back at the end of stream. Nothing's standing out to me like an auto bet, but I do lean over both of those. Especially, I like the points more at plus money, realistically. Yeah, threes, yeah. I like the threes better at plus money, just as Shakir said here. I like the threes better at plus money. Leave it as a lean for now, though. Points and threes, Duncan Robinson overs. Thompson, what minutes did he have last game? 27. That was his second. That was his second game back. This will be his third game back. He's got a day's rest. If it's competitive, we could see him maybe climb into the 30. But again, they're working through with Ivy back, with LeVert possibly back. Detroit is working their way through some rotational stuff. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to have anything officially there. Now here, Andrew Nemhard, this morning, all I was doing was waiting to see which way the market would move. We've done this several times, and it's generally paid off quite well for us. We'll try to see and wait and see, get the best of a certain number. Typed in the wrong player. However, I don't think we're going to get any better number than we are right now on Benedict Mathurin over 21.5 minus 09 at DK. I think that's as good as it's going to get for us. So let me tell you the dilemma. I would really like the 29.5 PRA, but I don't see FanDuel or DraftKings open. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going in right now. Combos, PRAs. I'm only seeing 3 lines open there. Let me go to DraftKings. Combos, PRAs, Benedict Mathurin, 30 plus minus 112. Okay, we do have it at DraftKings. I might run the PRAs. Let me look into this a little bit more. Like I said, we're running Mathurin something. So the Pacers are 26th in rebounds, points allowed, 27th in rebounds allowed, and 10th in assists allowed. He had exactly 30 in his first matchup. He had 25 points, so he did score much better. I am torn. I'm running something. What are his? I did look at his threes this morning. Yeah, I did look. The price is just crazy, but I love him to hit too. Definitely think you could run that as a lay piece. I like his threes, but the price is just crazy. What am I running? Let's walk through the market model projections. Points 23, 20% edge at the best number. Rebounds 7.2, huge edge. Assists 2.0, solid edge. PRA number 32.8. I can play an over 29.5. His points is at 23.57, and I can play over 21.5. Points or PRAs for Benedict Mathurin is the place we're at right now. Damn. I'm really torn. I don't know what's the best play here. I think they're both. Okay, let me see. My PRs, I'm at 23.5 and 7. That gives you 30, 32, 1. Maybe PRs is the best play. 27.5 PRs. Maybe PRs is the best play. He only had 3 in that last matchup versus Detroit, though, and only 4 chances. He played 25 minutes. He had 16 field goal attempts, second most attempts in just 25 minutes in that game. He had 9 3-point attempts. Which they're 16th in three-pointers made allowed. A solid defense, though. 9th versus pick-and-roll ball handlers, 1st versus roll man. 22nd in transition, which he can get out in transition. I think I'm going to go points. I really like the volume I get. I don't like the rebound chances in the last game, and I really like the volume I get from in the last matchup. 21.5 minus 09 at DK. Going to remove that and pull. All right, got it in. Projection is 35 or 25, no, 23.52. And the edge at the number I played is Benedict Mathurin points. About 20%. Huge edge. Huge edge. Absolutely have to take it. All right, moving on from Benny. Nothing on Nemhard because I don't want to have 3 overs on this game in case it gets ugly. So we'll move on from Detroit, Indy. We have 2 official plays in that one. Cleveland, Toronto. Let's talk about the spread and the total in this one. Cleveland is a 2.5 favorite on the road. I'm sorry, the total in this one is 235.5. That total is leaning to the under. Jared Allen coming off a big rest. Toronto on a back-to-back. Cleveland on a back-to-back. We cashed on Donovan Mitchell's over last night. So just book no Garland. And a possible no Mobley. Possible. I'm not saying even probable, just possible. I've got a 28.5 over at FanDuel. Let's go look into some Donovan Mitchell points. I actually make 27.75, but I do want to look at something real quick. No adjustments there. I like that. I like that. He's actually a small sample with him this season. He's attempting more with him. Scotty's RAs is a usual look. Let's circle back to underdog. I don't remember if Toronto submitted yet. That's why I said no Garland for sure. Possibly no Mobley. And then Jared Allen hasn't played in 4 days, so I think Allen goes. Yes, I'll probably cover Monday night as well. Yeah. Oh, let me add Benedict Mathurin to the banner as well. And then I'm going to check if I have anything on the Toronto injury report extra. RJ out. Okay, good looking out, bro. Good looking out. Appreciate that. Red Sox, appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet. Braxton, appreciate you tapping in. Williams, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate all the likes, appreciate all the retweets, appreciate all the engagements. Everything I've played, I see we got a bunch of new tapping into the stream as well. 2 plays out officially. They're both down there at the bottom. I'm going to look up injury report for Toronto. RJ Barrett knee officially ruled out. Shakir, solid. Vucevic officially downgraded to questionable. He's not playing. Jordan Hawkins listed out. Mitch Robinson was downgraded. Keep in mind KD is out as well. T's and P's, stepping away for a family member. Matter. I don't know what's wrong. Just T's and P's to him and his family for now. Donovan Mitchell, going to have nothing. Model wants to lean under, but I don't like that without with the almost guaranteed no Garland. Let's talk about his rebounds. Like the over here as well. Going to run the 125 at MGM. There is a 125 at Hard Rock, a 132 at Rivers, 136 at FanDuel. All those are playable. %12 edge versus the worst number. Let me get this in myself, and then I'll get it in the banner, and we'll keep it moving. This might be locked low-key because the RJ news just came out, and if so, I'll get away from this game and come back. Rebounds over, under. No, it's still there. I got it. Let me get the projection out as well. Projection was 5.89. Okay, let me get that in the banner and we'll move. Definitely like the Donovan Mitchell over his boards. Any locks on Jaren Duran points versus Pacers? I do lean over. I was actually just trying to be patient and hoping we could get the 18.5. Because it looked like that line was coming down. So, yeah, I do like his over. I was hoping to get an 18.5 there. Listen, I think there's a chance someone like Mobley sits in this game. I think there is a chance Donovan Mitchell sits too. I do think he goes, but I think he's played in every back-to-back this season. They had two. I'm not sure how many – or he's played in two. I'm not sure how many they've had. But definitely could be a rest spot just with the minutes he's put up and the usage he's put up. If so, this one could get ugly. Jared Allen, lean over. Would love to see the injury report, though. He hasn't played, as you see here, in 4 days. And I think Mobley could sit. I think these two teams have played each other at least once, maybe twice. Did Allen miss a game? Did they play each other twice? Yeah. They played each other twice. That's what I thought. Emmanuel Quickly, what a stark difference. 4 and 25. Do we still have Quickly lines up? $16.5 minus 107, 15.5 minus 125, 15.5 minus 120. These lines may be down though. Let's just shop around. Shopping some Quickly overs. I really want to be 15.5 at a good price if I played. It looks like there's some out there. Some books closed on the Barrett news. Some books didn't. Kind of surprising. Unless they had it baked into their numbers already, which it doesn't look like it low key. I just ran Quickly's 15.5. Yeah, I just ran that minus 120 at Rivers. I just ran that at Rivers. My projection is 17.67, which looks like maybe where the market's going. I'm showing an edge of about 21%. Okay, lock that one in. Absolutely love that spot. Emmanuel Quickly over. Let me add that to the banner as well. As I said, I make that line about 17. 15.5 is available at BetMGM, Hard Rock, Bet Rivers, and then 16.5 is available everywhere but FanDuel. Good work there. Good work there. FanDuel does look like they're getting closer and closer to my number, so just keep that in mind as well. We have a request on Brandon Ingram points. We'll definitely look at that as well in this game. All right, quickly, I ran his points over. Let me quickly go through his threes, rebounds, and assists. Like his threes over, and I like his rebounds over, but I do his points over is going to be my favorite play. I wouldn't be mad at the threes over, but the price is kind of hefty. He is over this line, and what is this? 8 of the last 9 though. So I could get behind the threes. I think if he gets the 3 threes though, we're soaring over the 15.5. So like his points the most. I could get behind his PRs or his threes made as well. Scotty Barnes. Now let's keep in mind that RJ Barrett's out now. Be the first game without Barrett this season. Also, Cleveland could sit some spots. I do think that who requested this? Allison, I do think it's a good look. I do want to lean under, but let's wait on the Cavs injury report. Back-to-back, 3 games in 4 days. Let's not force this one. I think it's best if we wait on that one. Ingram RAs looks better than PRAs. We'll look at it. Donnie threes. Ran his boards, lean over his points, could get behind his threes as well. What did he have in the prior 2 matchups? Only played in one of those games. He only had 2, but he did have 9 attempts. You live with the volume there. 3.5 at a juicy number, though. I think I'd rather put this in a lay at 3+. I think I would rather put this in I would rather lay this at 3+. For Donovan's threes. Brandon Ingram, you said you like RAs more than PRAs. Ingram. Projections now, you keep in mind, these could actually go up a little bit without RJ Barrett. My projections, 21 points, 5.18 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. I'm actually very, very, very close to market on all 3 of these things. That being said, without RJ Barrett, I think they all bump a little bit. Trying to rob FanDuel. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Hope all is good. Everything we've played is down here at the bottom so far. I actually would lean over PRAs for Ingram. My model is close, but I'm going to give him a 5% usage adjustment. 4%. I'm going to go 4%. And 4% gets me close to a PA over. I would almost be, if I had to run anything on Ingram, I think I'm running these assists, laying the 150 and moving on. I think if I had to. But lucky for us, the books have to hang all the lines. We only have to bet the ones that are off. No opinion here on Brandon Ingram. Hunter, lean under, but let's see the matchup. Let's see who's actually playing in this one. I think it's going to do it for this game. We've got some injury things, as I said, back-to-backs, other things. Let's wait for the injury report on that one. But that's all the leans I have. Nets versus the New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson has been downgraded to questionable. Usually that means they're not going to go. OG's out. Landry Shamet is out as well. Coming off a 1 day's rest for the Knicks and a back-to-back for the Brooklyn Nets. I didn't bet it yesterday. Oh, it would have cashed by the hair. We almost bet the over 23.5 on this yesterday. It moved to 24.5. Oh, dog. Stole it. I'd do anything for that line. Yeah, no, that was a great play. I try to do my best and not release things when they're not readily available, but if I'll say it on stream too, like if I see a line that's not readily available, I gotta bet it first. I do my best. If something's like waiting to come, I'll do my best and wait. But yeah, if you're not creating content, you should be betting as early as possible. I mean, even you should bet as much as you can, as early as you can. That's the best way to be a profitable gambler. I just think noon is a reasonable time to where you're getting both early enough. You're before some of the big projection sites come out, but you're late enough that everything's about open. We have to look into MPJ. I might be on this over. The line is slightly higher than I want it to be. Is it painted there? It is. Going to look into Michael Porter Jr. a little bit more. Looking into Michael Porter Jr. a little bit more. Emmanuel quickly, we've got that in there. Okay, we do have a painted number. Good. Man, Michael Porter Jr.'s threes might be the look. Or you could lay this with Donovan Mitchell 3+. Do we have a three? Do we have a threes lay today? Do we have a? Are we close to even money there? What is Michael Porter Jr. 3+ threes, Donovan Mitchell 3+ threes? Keep an eye out for that parlay today. I'm not going to run it yet. We're going to get through the slate, but I'm looking for that. Or you could go Donovan Mitchell 25, Michael Porter Jr. 20. I do like those as lay pieces. Let's move on from Michael Porter Jr. Not mad at the over points or 3 straight, but I do think it could be an excellent lay piece. All right, Karl Anthony Towns, no Mitchell Robinson. Boards lines 12.5. This season without Mitch, averaging 13.3. Maybe 11+ is a good lay piece. If you wanted to run a double-double lay, I'm sure he's a safe one. Honestly, I think there's value at -350. I don't care if he's facing the dream team. 23.5 points, though, would not be excited to bet that. So let's talk about it. Do lean over at 24.5, but do not want to bet it. Do lean over his rebounds. No Mitchell Robinson. I've got him at 12.5, but you can lay the plus money. So Karl Anthony Towns rebounds over is about the closest I get. Let's go talk about Jalen Brunson, though, because the model likes everything over. Let's go look at the matchup as well. Well, they defend pick and roll ball handlers quite well. So that's not good for Brunson. Maybe it is for his assist. Did they play each other this season? Yes, and he had 7. 6.5 is -140. What were his potentials? Only 10 potentials. A little surprising. Have him projected at 8. $6.5, 140 at DK is the best domestic price. 16.5, 140 at FanDuel. Sorry, 6.5, 140 at FanDuel. I'm very much considering running that as a straight bet, just straight. Make sure this is an underdog NBA. Trade Johnson without timetable to return. I only want to see NBA. Okay, that's the only new NBA. They're very good versus pick and roll ball handlers. They should blitz him a ton. Lean under Brunson points, and my model doesn't even support that. I just think they're going to blitz him, and I lean over assists. Lean under points and over assists for Brunson. I'm not going to run either of those as straights just yet. Let's talk about Miles McBride, head-to-head last matchup versus Brooklyn. Just 16 points, but we've got injuries to deal with today. I think I had him in the starting lineup. I don't want to back this needing that. Juice is really, really crazy too. We've been speaking on a threes lay, though. I do like McBride for 2+ in a threes lay. Three plus at plus money, I'm a little concerned about, but 2+, I could definitely get behind. John requested a Cat over 2.5 assists. I didn't talk about the RAs. I did say I leaned over rebounds. Only 2 versus Brooklyn. I know it was suppressed minutes, but only 4 potentials in that game. Allowing the 5th fewest assists per game to centers. Keep in mind Mitch is out. I will tell you boys that the model does like the RA over. I come in at 12.52 rebounds, 3.9 assists, just call it at 4, 16.5 RAs. You could lay a 15.5. I'd want to be at 14.5 to attack that, but the model does like the over, I will say. Bridges PAs. Looks like we've got a couple requests on the Bridges PAs. Let's go to Bridges. We will keep the with Brunson up. Now, it does make sense because I'm sure the logic here is catch and shoot off of blitzes on Brunson. I think McBride is the better threes. Or not McBride. I actually think McHale's better here. I like McHale 2+ threes. I also like McHale 3+ threes if you want to climb the ladder. Well, yeah, it depends on how you look at it. But 3+ is about plus 150. I don't hate that line either. What was the volume in the last matchup? The volume was not great. I will give you that. He was 4 for 5. I bet the quality of those looks were really good, however. Recent volume 5.9, 3.55. So we're getting 3+ at plus money or 2+ at minus 196. I think 2-1 is a little too fair there. Actually, if that's the listed line, I'll be able to see what I make it. That's actually the one line I do see a little bit of an edge on. So, yeah, if I were to play Miles McBride anything, I think I'd go over threes and I hate to use that term. I'd take the 2+ and use it in a lay. Or you could run it straight. There's nothing wrong with a 2-1 straight. But I do like him for 2+. I do think there's more value there than the 3+ monies. What does the model say about Josh Hart? Well, I still don't have him. Mitchell's gone. Let's do some mathematics here. New York Knicks, Robinson's out. Let's plug Hart into the lineup, especially no Landry. 13 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists. But I think I'm going to give a bump here. So let's see how that matches up pre-bump. 13 points, slight lean over, 8.5. Slight lean under, but with no Mitch. I'm not running that under, so don't pay attention to it. And then the assists, I would lean over as well. Now let me give him a little adjustment. Has there been any games without Mitch? 3 and 5, 30+ minutes in each. No, that's a lie. 28, 26, 26, and 30. Okay. I'm going to plug him in for 29. Give me a second. Anunoby's out. Good looks. Okay, with a minutes adjustment, not much of a movement. I think it's a sneaky spot for like a Josh Hart double-double, but I actually I'm pretty close to the market with everything. So no real opinions, just close to the market. Would lean over before I leaned under in that spot though without Mitchell Robinson. Bridges, I'm not mad at the points or the threes over. Not so heavy on the assists though. I think that's going to do it for this game as well. I think we had one official play in this game? No official plays. Quickly. We took quickly over 15.5 points. Quickly over 15.5 points, one official play. Oh, no, that was in the Toronto game. They're playing Brooklyn. My apologies. Nothing official in that. Lean under Brunson points, lean over Brunson assists. T. Higgins is ruled out for Thursday. Any other NBA news? M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in. Trying to rob FanDuel, appreciate you tapping in. Rapid, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate all the likes, appreciate all the retweets. Everything I've played is down below. Nothing new in the NBA. We can move. Dallas versus Miami. Miami on a back-to-back. Is Dallas? When was that Memphis fiasco? 2 days ago. Okay. Miami's on a back-to-back. Tyler Hero should be back today. I do believe last I saw Wiggins is out. Let me go to Underdog here to see if I'm missing anything. Vucevic downgraded to questionable. Miami injury report. Dallas, doubtful for Davis. Brandon Williams and Ryan Nembhard, both true questionables. I have Andrew Wiggins and Jovic both to be determined. Tookie Bets, yo, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Everything I got's down below. Okay, so we've got some injury news to navigate in this game. Disgusted. As I said, we missed Bam's PRs under yesterday. If I had just ran the points that were painted at 18.5 under, we would have cashed the under there. Not running any center unders versus Dallas this season. Could run a Ware double-double. It's plus money again. I'm sure he'll lose minutes tonight. Norman Powell was just ruled out. Andrew Wiggins is ruled out. If you have anywhere to bet this, bet it now. I'm not going to release it versus my record because it's going to be quick first come, first serve, but get it. Where double-double at plus money, get it. I can't release it because that's not fair, but bet it. Locked already on FanDuel. Rivers locked me out. I'm probably not going to get it. Yeah, good looks, bro. Always start the show at noon. I at least go 6 days a week. Sometimes I take off Sundays. Always at noon. Khalil Ware double-double is still available right now at Rivers. I would go fast. If it's open at a multiple spots, I'll open it. But if it's only Rivers, I won't. Yes, we're absolutely running it. Go to Rivers, run the plus 140. All right, I did just release it to my group, but depending on what that price is, get it now if you can. It's still sitting at Rivers, but if this opens at like minus 140, I wouldn't run it. Anything close to minus 120 or better, though, it's an auto bet. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on DraftKings and some other spots and see as that opens what the lines come in at. Yeah, Clearware double, great. Let's move on from this game. Let's see what lines open back up at, and then we can attack it. Still no Giannis for the Bucks. Prince is out. Porter's still out. I think his was like several months. I'm not sure how far out he is. Williams day-to-day. Scoot's still out. Drew is out in this one. Shaden Sharp is day-to-day. Maybe some Denny obvious stuff. Maybe some Denny obvious stuff. I'm at 25.83 on the points. Do lean under our A's. Somewhat interested in Denny Advia over his points. $24.5 is painted everywhere but DraftKings. At minimum, it gets wrote down. At minimum, it gets wrote down. If Sharp plays, do I like this as much? I don't know. I don't think I hate it. I certainly don't think I hate it. No, I definitely don't hate it. What's the spread in this game? No Giannis. I'd imagine Portland's going to be incredibly competitive for them. Damn near a pick 'em. Milwaukee -1.5 at home. Portland is on a back-to-back, so it's a rest spot. Nick Quad probable for Monday. Sorry, Nick Claxton Quad probable for Monday. Jovic, Wiggins, and Powell all out. Q from Cincy. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. Everything I played is down there below. Rollins RAs might be worth a look. What is Portland in assists allowed per game? 23rd. Hey, who asked about the sleeper play? Whoever asked about the sleeper play, without a doubt, sleeper. Ryan Rollins, PRA's over. They're at 33.5. They're off market. There's still plenty of 34.5s out there. It says FanDuel was 33.5 -128. I got that they've moved now. Rivers were 33.5 -120. Oh, man. I could still run the 34, but I can't run the 35. Grant should get at least 18. Lean over Ryan Rollins PRAs for sure. Yeah, I like Ryan Rollins. I like Ryan Rollins over everything. Missed the best of it, but I do like Ryan Rollins over just about everything. This 22.5 is gone. It's 23.5. Lean over Ryan Rollins, y'all. I just didn't get the best price, so now I'm not forcing it. Nothing on Miles Turner either. I would lean under PRs, but I'm not running it without Giannis. A lot of question marks on that side of the ball, Portland side of the ball. We're not sure who's actually going. I do lean over Denny Advia. And I do lean over Grant's points. Let me see here. I'm at 19.45. It's not a great lean, but I do lean over Grant's points as well. If I think you could definitely see some late ads for me. This is the best spot up team in the country. I'd be afraid to run AJ Green today. There's a reason we're getting 2.5. They allow the second fewest. Yeah, facts. They should reopen here very shortly, though, and I'm curious to see where double opens at. That's why we kind of skipped on, although that YouTube message might be a little late. So, all right, moving on from Portland, Milwaukee, we could see some late ads there. Injury news is kind of all over the place in that one for us. Moving on to Denver, let's look at the injury report in this one. Ty Jerome out, Jaw out. Jaren Jackson Jr. is day to day. This one's probably a really nasty spread. Worse than the Knicks, maybe. 8.5. That feels light. Is Jamal Murray possibly questionable as well? I think that feels light. If this is an 8.5 point game, I'm nuking Jokic's over. Even at 30.5, if they believe this game's any kind of competitive, I've got Jokic at 33 points. $30.5 is the painted number. I got Jokic at 33 points. Is there any chance? Is there like a questionable Jamal Murray or something that I'm missing? Gordon, Braun, and Stroth are all out. I mean, I still like Jokic's over at that line. And I mean, I know they're on the road. I do lean over Jokic's threes as well, as long as they're 1.5. Oh. I'm at about 2.5, so I still do lean over at that price, but I thought we'd get a better number. Peyton Watson rebounds over. I'll look at it. I think I got to run Jokic's points over, though. Not mad at Jokic's boards, but I see a bigger edge at the points. Boards, I'm at 13.3, and the line, I believe, is 12.5. This one's tough, man. I don't want to take this and this game be a blowout and Jokic not play the fourth quarter, which I can 100% see happening. And I also don't think this line climbs anymore. So I'm going to wait and pray that I get a 30 plus, but I do like the Jokic over points. Points is my favorite play for Jokic, though. Threes 2+ at 190, maybe some value, but I don't know. Jaren Jackson Jr. How are you 6'10" with a 4.5 boards line? I'm only complaining because I want to bet the under and can't. Model leans right everything with Jaren Jackson Jr. I want to run the PR unders, like it makes sense to me, but I don't have any model support there. Maybe a Peyton Watson boards. $5.5 minus 140. Yeah, that's fine as a straight. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at any Peyton Watson overs. Let me see here. Bruce Brown PRs. Do they have him in the starting lineup today? Looks like probably coming off of the bench. You do like to see the increased minutes. Field goal attempts are static at 7. Not so intrigued there. I actually like Peyton Watson better than Bruce. Maybe Cedric Coward's threes. Super juicy, but I could get behind that. Maybe even the 3+ at plus money. 19th in attempts allowed. Really good defense overall, but yeah, would maybe lean over there as well. I don't think I'm going to have anything in this game, though. I want Jokic at a little better price on the over. I want Jaren Jackson Jr. a little better price on the under. Got no opinions on Jamal. No opinions on Cam Johnson. Lean over Peyton Watson boards. The price is high, but I do lean over there. Could maybe get behind a few Cedric Coward threes, but the price isn't necessarily right there either. Okay, I think that does it for this game. I'm going to move on. Nikola Jokic's points is the only thing I want to come back to. Not mad at the 2+ threes, but the price is crazy. Chicago versus the Pelicans. Vucevic, did I say was announced out or questionable? Either way, I doubt he goes since he was downgraded. Jaybird, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Downgraded to questionable. I bet he doesn't go. No Vucevic in the interior for them. Where is my Pelicans game? I'm going to lean under. My model lean under Zion, but if they have no interior, like there's no way I'm running that. Derek Queen could be like interesting in this spot as well. Would definitely lean over Derek Queen's points. I'm at 17.02 though. So it's not quite enough, but I definitely lean over. Looks like there were 15.5, so are they gone? Yeah, that line's bumped. Honestly, probably the Vucevic news bumped that as well, which makes sense to me. All right, so Looney day-to-day, DeJounte out, Herb Jones still out, Poole out, Hawkins out, Hoyters day-to-day, Patrick Williams is day-to-day. Giddy usage should go dumb. First, the Pels, who really don't have any good rebounding as well. I might have a free bet on a Giddy triple-double. I think the usage is going to be there. You only need 10 points, so I might have a little something on that. Jeremiah Fears should still get quality minutes. I don't think I'm taking anything over 15 plus though. Buzeles, no opinions. Trey Murphy, Zion back. I could get behind a Trey Murphy spot here as well. I do like the threes, but the threes is crazy. Yes, sir. That does look easy money. DQ is a bucket. Yeah, Derek Queen is a bucket. Derek Queen and Zion possibly. Yeah. Giddy, yes. Love the Giddy. Okay, so y'all were on the same shit as me already. Queen, I like the points over, but it's bumped. I like the points over, but it's bumped. If you're comfortable still playing it, I'm not mad at it. If you've been tapped in, I like to get the best of shit. Giddy triple-double. I didn't even see this comment. I like Giddy triple-double plus 3.25. You might be able to build it better. And then, DQ, I absolutely like his points over. You like the PRAs? Over in 3 straight, every game with 30-plus minutes. No. Yes, every game with 30-plus minutes. Okay, no, not this one. Last 2 with Zion, usage was still really good. No Vooch. I'll be honest, Derek Queen is interesting. And you know what? This is why I built this fucking model. I do have his usage at 24%, but can we see 30? It would still just be the points on the model, but I hear you guys loud and clear. No interior defense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. I still think points might be the better play, though. Yeah, this looks like it's even going 17.5. Okay, maybe I do run Norman Powell groin without a timetable to return. I might run this 16.5 now because if I don't get the best of it, I don't think I get the worst of it either. Y'all know this kid's playing out of his mind if I'm betting on a rookie. Y'all up here wanting me to bet on him. You're going to have to be ready to listen to me bitch about rookies tomorrow if something happens here. Pelicans are still 5.5-point dogs, which doesn't surprise me at all. I'm going to wait until we get some official Vucevic news, and if Vuce doesn't go, Derek Queen will be a play. If Vuce does not go, Derek Queen will be a play. I'm just waiting on Vucevic news. Derek Queen, if no Vuce. Okay, Houston, Phoenix. Kevin Durant's going to be out at least the next 2 games dealing with family stuff. Easton out, Tate out. Steven Adams is a game-time decision. Grayson Allen could return today. Ryan Dunn could return today. So we're dealing with injury news here. Off the top of my head, Sengun looks good. No Kevin Durant. I think even more usage. The offense flows through him. Is this first game without KD? This season, obviously, yes. I do lean over Alprin and Sengun RAs, but I just can't bring myself to run it. I do lean over the RAs, though. I don't know where the assists are going to come from without KD, which they were really. I mean, it was they've played well, but I don't love the way that offense has looked to date. Reed Shepard, second highest line we get all year versus a team that's really good from above the break and versus spot up shooters. I think this line's a little too high even without KD. We're going to have to – $26.5 PRAs. I just think that's a little bit too high. I don't see it. 26.5 minus 120 at FanDuel, 120 at MGM, 120 at Hard Rock, 122 at Prop Builder, 120 at ESPN, 125 at Fanatics, 120 at ESPN. Or yeah, I already said that. I get it. KD's out. I mean, volume could go up. I mean, do I think he's shooting more than like 4 or 5 threes tonight? No. We've seen that volume before. What about attempts? Do I think he's shooting more than like 12? I really don't. Do you guys believe that? Do you think? He was just efficient, though. He was just efficient. It's not like he had a crazy amount of volume. He was 9 for 13 from the field. I mean, that's really hard to replicate. 5 for 8 from 3. That's really hard to replicate. 1 second here. Houston. Reed. 2.58 and 2.83. 2.58 rebounds, lean under. 2.83 assists, lean under. Points were at $17. I mean, those would be the one. Points would be the thing I'd probably stay off of. Okay, I agree with that. I can get down with that. One unit of risk not to win 1 unit. RA under on 8.5 minus 148 at FanDuel. Just 1 unit risked instead of to win 1 unit. I'm running this. Like, you can't tell me not to. Cavs Raptors just locked. What do we have? Sam Merrill listed out. Hunter out. Allen out. Garland out. Craig Porter out. So Donovan Boards is going to look great. His points might go up some, but I really feel like that was pretty baked into the line. That's all the new news we have now. Okay, I'm still worried about a Reed Shepherd under our A's. Player combos. Dean Wade listed questionable. Reed Shepherd is bet. Cool. What's the leans? I'll go through the whole lean card when we finish up the slate here. There's quite a few on there, so we'll have plenty for you. Yeah, good call on the Shepherd. RAs is actually the way the model would like to go there, so that's the way I'm going to go. It's a juicy price, but it's readily available. We can reduce risk, and I still really like it. Okay, moving on from Reed Shepherd. I knew I was going to like that under. If Grayson Allen could be returning. The model wanted to run Booker's under last night, and I was too pussy, but he's under in like a fuckload of games. I'm not sure why I'm not running this. I'm running Booker's PRAs under at MGM. And if you don't have MGM, I do think FanDuel is about to go to 39.5, but I want to run this while I'm on stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dude, I know. But I think I got to run it. My model's way under. Suns. Players. Combo stats. Damn, they just moved. Fuck. Lean under Booker PRAs. Honestly, when they open up alt combos, I might add this to the timeline, or this line could just bump up to 38.5 at FanDuel, 39.5 at FanDuel. Lean under Booker PRAs, like literally every single thing. Very tough matchup, to be honest with you. They're good from basically everywhere. Rockets defense is really good. Even without Kevin Durant, I think I'd be happy to back this. All right. Those are going to be the two things. I ran Reed Shepherd RAs under. Devin Booker PRAs under is definitely a strong look. I don't have an opinion on like a Dylan Brooks or a Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal. Mid from spot up, terrible from above the break. One of the three shooters should have a day. One of these shooters could have a day. Would love to know about Grayson Allen. I spoke on stream earlier about Duncan's threes over. I liked it. I liked Duncan's points and 3-pointers made. If I've got it. I don't know if y'all can read it. It'd be about right there. Duncan's points and threes made. I wanted to talk about. They just took away Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, that's the news. Cavs are sitting a lot of guys today. Where double doubles back up at minus 110. Still love it at that price. You said no other books are up yet. Anything around, I would play it up to minus 120, to be honest. Anything over 120, though, I'm probably just staying away. Yeah, you're right. Rivers is still down. You've been betting PRAs. Okay, I didn't bet anything. I was leaning over points and threes today. I like one of these. I think one of these guards can go off, especially behind the 3-point line versus Houston. But they've got a couple shooters. They're all pretty pricey, and I'm having a hard time spotting one. So we're just going to move on to the Utah versus Golden State game. Don't need to force anything. Draymond Green is questionable. Utah's on a back-to-back. Golden State's pretty rested. Let's click through the model here and see if we find anything. Lauri Markkanen, lean over his points to come in at about 29. It just could be a difficult matchup. I know he's a lot taller. Like if he could pull Draymond, he's too tall for Jimmy to regular matchup against him. That was last season, the last time they played each other. I do lean over Lauri Markkanen, but he struggled in the last couple. Like Keontae George, points and assists over. Don't love it. Lean it. Like him for like 18 points and 6 assists, though. Love him for like an 18 and 6. Collier minutes have been, not what I thought they'd be. Not willing to run him yet. Jimmy Butler, let me find out what happens with Draymond, but at the end of the day, I could really see a Jimmy Butler PRA under from me. Let's go to the model. Model actually likes over his points. I don't. That's why I built this thing. Going to stay away from Jimmy Butler. Lean under RAs. Not seeing anything jumping out to me in the Utah game either. We'll move on to our last game, Minnesota versus Sacramento. Sabonis is out. I'd imagine the spread in this is disgusting. 9.5, not awful. Kings are the home team. me just click through the model. Then we'll talk about the spots I like. Julius Randle, PRAs over. We want to look at Anthony Edwards, nothing. Jaden McDaniels, points over. Rudy Gobert, points over, rebounds under. Not playing that without Sabonis, not playing his boards under. Okay, so in all reality, I want to look at Julius Randle, PRAs, and maybe an Anthony Edwards RAs under. Julius Randle, this is for the Sacramento side of the ball. Then we'll go through. No, this is for the Minnesota side of the ball. Then we'll go through Sacramento. You can play an over 35.5. I make it 39.9, right around 40. He's had some duds, but 40, 41, 42 seems to be around his like median, especially with Anthony Edwards. I know it's gross. And the only reason it's gross is the blowout spot. Softer books are higher, which probably says the lower line's the better line. I don't know. Randall PRAs is going to be close for me. Julius Randle PRAs is going to be close for me. Model also likes the RA under for Ant. I mean, yeah, it looks really good this season. He had 6 in the previous matchup. He only had to play 24 minutes in that game. They've played twice this season. He's under in each. The thing is, like, this looks like it's going 10.5. FanDuel, please go 10.5. I'll smack the fuck out of this. I like the under 9.5. 10.5, I might nuke it. What are we talking about? Okay, I'm going to come back to that. I think we can get it at 10.5 to the under. I wholeheartedly believe that. Let me run through the king side of the ball, see what I want to bet. Russ, I like the PRA over, but the leans aren't really huge in any of the three. Zach LaVine, I do lean under his points. DeMar DeRozan, lean under the PRs. But I don't like these unders with Sabonis out. I feel like these guys are going to get a little bit more run. Rudy double-double. $11 and 8 in his last matchup. Now, no Sabonis. I definitely could see the double-double. Nas Reed. $15 and 16 in the two matchups versus them this year. 16, 22, 24, 29, and then just 11. 3-point attempts versus Utah. Just 4 in that last game. I like the points more than the assists. I like the points more than the assists. Great game versus Washington. I lean over Nas's points more than his PAs for whoever requested. I lean over the points more than the PAs. Anthony Edwards steals, is it 0.5 or 1.5? 1.5, yeah, which is fair. He had 0 versus Utah last game, though, and only 1 in the game before. Keontae George is a good ball handler. Collier could run some 1 minutes with Keontae at the 2, so I'd probably stay off of it in this matchup. I think that's going to do it for the slate, though. I don't know how deep we are. Hour and 46 minutes. Yeah, 10-game slate, though, so it absolutely makes sense. I think I did a pretty good job of writing down everything, all the leans that I had today. So let's talk about some of them real quick. We talked about Cade's PRAs. We can circle back. We talked about Cade's PRAs over. There's a pretty big gap in the market here. You can actually bet under 43.5 and over 41.5. So 42 or 43 pay you, which are well within his averages. I think there's actually value, a lot of value on Cade's over 41.5 minus 111. No, that's minus 115, and then under minus 121. Where double-doubles back up, minus 115, still love it at that price, man. Like I said, I wanted it up to about minus 120. So minus 115, I'd grab it before it moves, because I do think even at 115, this thing's closing like 125, 130. I really do believe that. So I would get that in ASAP. Where double-double is back up. I'm going to go shop around a couple books. Not up at DK yet, though. MGM also not up. Looks like FanDuel's back up. And everyone else should trickle in behind them. Yep. Everyone else should trickle in behind them. All right, we move. Oh, yeah, Cade. Honestly, the market's really sporadic here. Like, in my opinion, the over 41.5 and the under 43.5 has some value. Tobias Harris over the assists. I don't know if these lines have really come out yet. Let me give this a refresh again. We were looking for a Tobias over 1.5 assists. 40-plus PRAs. Yeah, I like that as a lay piece for sure. Still not a lot of looks on Tobias, so I'll look at that more as lines come out. I'm going to assume Jarris Walker RAs are the same. Looking at the under there, just waiting for more books. Yes. Duncan Robinson points or threes. What I said here is I like taking the 2+ in a lay. I like this as a lay piece. Duncan points or threes as a lay piece. I also talked about Michael Porter Jr. and Donovan Mitchell's threes as lay pieces as well. John's got the double-double 110 for where at MGM. I love that spot. If you haven't already, I would definitely recommend getting that. All right, Jalen Brunson, I did want to go back and see if his points moved in the way I was hoping. Points nor assists really moved in the way. Miles McBride and Mikal Bridges, I liked both of their threes as lay pieces, 2+, opposed to the 3+ at super plus money. Denny Advia points, 24.5. I still lean over there. No real market movement, but I do lean over there. I did say I wanted to circle back on Jokic points. I'm also not seeing any movement there currently. Derek Queen, we're waiting on Vucevic official news, but I'll bet his points over if there is no Vuce. Booker PRAs, it still looks like it could bump. I'm going to wait and see if I can get it to bump before I touch it. Randall PRAs over. I do lean that way as well. And then Anthony Edwards RAs, but we just went over that. So hopeful to get some Anthony Edwards RA bump up to 10.5. I will run the under there. And then Julius Randle, I'll leave as a lean as well. K double, not mad at it because he can get you with rebounds or assists. Not sure what the price is. Minus 145. Yeah, I'm good with that. Minus 130 at FanDuel. Oh my gosh. Someone in the Discord got where at plus 172 at Novig. Fire, fire, fire. Am I missing something with Tobias Harris? I think what you're missing is third game back from injury and that the team's just now coming together. It's like the third game with Ivy. LeVert could be there. That line looked suspect to me, I will say. I've been waiting to try to just bet his assists over, but the line is not readily available. I'm interested in that assists over, though. The K double minus 130, I think, is definitely reasonable. Minus 120 now. Yeah. I do lean over K double minus 120. You're going to hear no gripes from me about that one. Ivy high and a high risk because he's back from injury, but man, the line is low. Agreed. I think we only see him play about 15, 18 minutes. Like that. I like that. I will say there is some correlation there, so the penalty might not outweigh the risk. I like to pair two players, though, generally not from the same game, so you're not playing so you aren't paying a correlation penalty. There we go. Okay, going through the leans, nothing I want to circle back for just yet. I do want to watch some lines, though, so I'm not saying there won't be any late ads. Make sure you have notifications on. If there is a late ad, I'll try to do a write-up. If not a video, I've been thinking about doing a short at about 6 p.m. with any late ads I have because I generally have them all by 6 or so. Any other requests, though, we'll go through them real quick. If not, I'll do the recap and get out of here. We are just about 2 hours deep. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, though, dog. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'll give it like 30 seconds because I know the YouTube comments take a second to come through. And if there's no new requests, we'll recap. We will get out of here. Very solid stream. Very solid stream. Big slate, like all the plays we have. And honestly could add some more. I like Ivy to definitely get 5 or 6. King Cabano, appreciate you tapping in on the regular, man. Appreciate you tapping in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the recap out, and we will call it a day. Make sure I've got everything released that I released. Loads of money to be made today is right. Reed Shepard under 8.5 RAs. That was a juicy line. So we just played 1 unit instead of to win 1 unit. Khalil Ware double. We got it plus 140. We played that for 1 unit. Injury news has moved that to minus 110, minus 115. I would still bet to win a unit there. I still love the value at that price. We bet Emmanuel quickly over 15.5 points to win 1 unit. Donovan Mitchell over 4.5 rebounds to win 1 unit. Benedict Mathurin over 21.5 points to win 1 unit. And Pascal Siakam over 1.5 threes to win 1 unit. Yeah. It's not you. YouTube's just slow on the lag. All right, that's going to call it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Keep those notifications on for any late ads. Until then, man, let's go.